Martin Frobisher. Martin Frobisher was a licensed pirate that plundered French ships off the coast of Africa. In the 1570s, he made 3 voyages to attempt to find the Northwest Passage to the land of Orient. Instead of doing that, he discovered Labrador, which is now known as Frobisher Bay. Later on, he fought the Spanish Armada and was killed during this mighty battle in 1594. But before he was killed, he was an English explorer born in 1535 in Yorkshire, England. His occupation was to be an explorer and find the Northwest Passage. Frobisher began his voyage in the 1500s to explore Africa's northwest coast, mainly Guinea. He also became a lawful pirate. That means he was authorized by the English crown to attack the nation's enemies' ships. In the 1560s, he was arrested several times for piracy. He made 3 voyages to what they called back then the New World. He was one of the first English explorers to sail the northeast side of North America. This man was determined to find the Northwest Passage. He started working for 5 years, obtaining money for his expedition. He convinced the Muscovy Company to license him. After they agreed, he raised enough money for 3 sailing ships. He started his expedition on June 7, 1576. Then he saw the coast of what is now Labrador, Canada, on July 28th. Many days later, he sailed through the bay that was named after him, Frobisher Bay. Since the bay was too windy and icy, he could not continue, so he landed on Baffin Island. On this island there lived natives. The natives had kidnapped some of Frobisher's crew. Many rescue attempts were tried, but none of the attempts were successful. So instead of risking another rescue mission, he sailed back to England and brought back a black stone that he thought was a piece of gold ore. Word broke out that there was gold on the island, so Frobisher got to take another voyage to the island. On May 27, 1577, Frobisher set out on a second voyage with more funding, ships, and men. He reached the bay again and spent many weeks mining the gold ore. Frobisher was ordered by his commission to only mine the ore and give up on finding the Northwest Passage, so Frobisher remained his focus on mining the ore. Frobisher brought back 200 tons of the ore back to England. When he got back to England, the Queen was very happy, so she sent him on another voyage back to the land. The Queen sent him back with even more equipment. He was sent with 15 ships and enough equipment for a 100-man colony. Frobisher set sail on June 3, 1578, and landed on Frobisher Bay in the early month of July. But Frobisher and his men were unable to make a settlement, so they all returned to England with 1,350 tons of the ore they mined from the island. The men were very shocked to find out that all that ore they mined was really a metal called pyrite, or as we know it, fool's gold. It was pretty much worthless. Its only use was road metaling, so the pyrite was worth nothing. Martin Frobisher's financing collapsed and he decided to find other employment. He fought in many glorious battles, but eventually died on November 15th, Plymouth, England.